Welcome back to GOMTV.net. We are in Act 2 today, the second best of 5. You got a little cough there?
Yeah. You were funny, Act 2.
Act 2. I'm mixing up. I've been doing this for a long time, man.
Yeah.
I got to spice it up every once in a while. No, look, second best of 5 today. First, up against Bomber. I'm going with first here.
Yeah. I'm absolutely going with first. I think he's shown the best PVT that we have ever seen. And if Bomber can beat that, good on him.
Yeah, good on him indeed. Bomber, though, is somebody who refuses to fade away. This guy is so solid. But again, we thought he was going to be a champion. This is like 2 years ago?
Yeah.
And he still hasn't gotten there yet, as far as a big Korean title. So,
yeah.
Why are you laughing at me?
When you said 2 years ago, after I said, yeah, I was like, I should have been like 2 years ago, to the day.
To the day. I think this is going to be an interesting match. I don't think it's going to be 3-2, though.
What do you think it's going to be?
I think it's going to be 3-1 or
3-1 or 3-0. Wow, that's
First has prepared his build so well.
Yeah.
And it seems like a lot of first builds are the kind of builds you can't really, on Bomber's end, know what's coming and therefore know how to counter it.
Okay. Bomber, though, did prepare some pretty cool builds so far in this tournament.
He has.
Like when he beat Flash, those were like builds that we'd never seen, and Flash probably never saw because he got rolled by him. He's like, "What? Okay, I guess I lose. I guess I'm out."
Yeah, I wouldn't mind though if Bomber wins, to be honest. By the way, our last best of 5 was sick. If you did not see that, definitely check out the VODs.
Yes, that certainly wasn't like what with Bomber. He hasn't played a best of 5. What are you talking about?
X-Day. So we got first in the game now. This is a piggyback broadcast, so we have to wait until on GameNet is ready to start the games before we could start casting them for you guys. So the only production here that's GOMTV is the casting and some of the cameras that you see here in our studio. That's why we don't have the players in the booths that we normally have them in if we're doing a GSL Code S.
Yeah. But that's okay. That means all the crane shots are for us.
That's right. It's all about us. Yeah. Going into this, I'm wondering what First's mindset is. First has not made as big of a splash until now here in this tournament.
Yeah.
Everybody knew he was good, but now he's suddenly, he on the
he was
front
playing
line.
Pretty darn well for a while, and then the first big HOTS tournament, that IEM Katowice, or however you say that, it was like, you said it wrong. I could say it 1,000 ways. You said it wrong. Okay, yeah, I understand. I can't speak Polish. But yes.
Artosis is Polish, actually.
Yeah, that's true.
But I can't speak it.
The truth of the matter is I'm American. We know nothing about our ancestors or their languages in America. That's how we roll.
This is true. That's
we
how
are
we do
our
it.
own ancestors.
We are number one at ignorance. So
I don't even know what town my parents are from. So anyways, to get back into that, he played very well there. He's played well since then. He's had good matches. He's especially always shown us really superb top of the line Protoss vs. Terran. Always, consistently. Even in Wings of Liberty was showing some of the very best PVTs, but was lacking a little bit in everything else. Now this season, everything seems to be coming together. His PvP has been very good. His PvZ has been very good. Not his best out of the 3. I'd say it was his worst out of the 3 still. But his PvT, what he's shown us so far this season, is
it's incredible.
Like a mile and a half above any TVP that Bomber has shown us ever in his whole life.
Yeah.
So if Bomber wins this, it is a surprise, even if you're a Bomber fan. I knew he'd do it. He beat Innovation with the game skin. It's like, well, no, that's great, but he's never shown us anything of the level in TVP as what First has shown us this season.
I totally agree.
Yeah. So we'll see, man. But he prepared well for the other matches, so maybe he has something here.
Yeah. I mean, only time can tell. Bomber, I'll give him this. I think he can take some games off first. Can I beat him in a best of 5? I personally would be very surprised.
Yeah, I would too. But stranger things have happened, Tasteless. Maru did come out and play the best game of his life.
By the way, I was so surprised.
No one was more surprised than me, Tasteless.
I was at home watching the games. I was sick, eating yogurt for my tummy wummy.
Yeah.
Because I had an achy wakey.
In
my belly welly. Yeah.
In your belly welly?
Yeah, man.
That's good.
I never really tried yogurt until recently for stomach aches.
Oh, really? I never tried it for stomach aches.
It actually works.
Supposed to work?
Yeah, it'll settle your stomach down.
Huh.
Reduce it. Reduce. I think the way it works is reduces the pH balance. If you have a really acidic stomach, you can basically eat yogurt and it's a base. So.
Oh, okay. All right.
Now you know.
No, that is good to know, actually. Normally, I just swallow paper towels to soak it up.
No, that's is that how you do it?
Yeah. Well, on fishing line, so I can pull them back out. You can see that he's playing the best season probably of his life so far. All of his numbers have gone up significantly, I would say.
Offense at a 95, I got to agree with that.
That's actually a very impressive number. Very few players have 95 in anything. Well,
excuse me, I had to drink my hot water.
I see that.
And here we have first, and this is one of the guys I've been eyeballing for this tournament.
Yes, I have certainly been eyeballing with both of my eyeballs.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see what his stats actually are right now.
Well, I'm sure they've all boosted. That's what has basically been happening for everybody that's gotten into the round of 8. Round of 4, too, man. If he gets to round of 4, man, Bomber does, that would be huge.
It would be gigantic for Bomber. He's never done it at that level in Korea.
He's like for like if pro gamers are superheroes, Bomber's like Robin Hood.
You mean Robin or Robin Hood?
Robin, excuse me, not Robin Hood. That's Robin Hood was not a superhero.
Well, he was a hero.
He was a hero.
He was pretty super, I think.
Then again, I guess, actually, if you look at it, really, Robin Hood had no superpowers either. Does that make him a superhero?
Robin, you mean?
Robin, oh.
Well, Robin wasn't a superhero. He was a sidekick.
That's what I was kind of saying. It's like, you see him, he's in...
So are you accusing Bomber of being the sidekick, Taryn?
I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, as on level of, like, epicness... Batman is like epic, you know.
Yeah, Batman.
Let's take like super villains. All right, Bomber's that guy that is made out of clay and could turn into other people, but he's not. I'm really trying to work hard with this metaphor. Okay, so it's like, you know, when you have like the pantheon of supervillains, and it's like the Joker, and you're like, oh, it's a Joker. Because that's what I do. I'm like, oh, it's a Joker.
Okay. I see what you're saying.
He's like the clay guy.
Can I try a superhero metaphor for him?
Yeah, please.
I feel like he's Cyclops. He's very good. Everyone likes
so
him.
Much better.
He's very good. Everyone likes him.
Marry me, Artosis. That was so good.
Yes, 1,000 times yes. But yeah, he doesn't get the girl. Yeah. Wolverine gets the girl. He's not
Wolverine. Does Wolverine get the girl?
I don't know. There's so many different storylines.
Because Cyclops was attracted to
Jean Grey.
Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Did Cyclops go with Jean Grey?
No, not at the end. I don't think. Well, maybe. I don't know. Look. He's Cyclops.
No! Cyclops beam shoots. If I remember right, I think this happened.
Okay. But
remember that scene where Wolverine gets on top of the Sentinel and he goes, "This one's for you, Marv."
That's like your favorite thing you've ever seen.
Yeah, it is. It is actually. Top 10 at least.
You guys think he says a lot on the GSO. You should see when we're like at home hanging out or something, he just brings it up every now and then, just starts laughing. I'm like, what? He's like, did you ever see in X-Men? I'm like, yes, I saw that scene.
This is funny because it's really true.
But actually, here, I have a segue I want to do.
Yeah, please.
I watched the Wolverine movie this morning.
Yeah.
I was not very impressed, to be honest. I love X-Men at death, man. Like, they were my entire childhood.
I like the X-Men comics. I like the cartoon, actually. I liked a lot. I was not crazy.
The best.
The cartoon was the best.
Especially their uniforms, like their outfits. Like, tell me Cyclops did not look badass in his yellow underwear and tight blue latex suit.
Clearly, you need to wear that in order when you're shooting lasers out of your eyes.
Yeah, you certainly do.
It will clash otherwise with anything else you're wearing.
You want them to see you. So you're like, so you can shoot them with your eyes.
No, I've not been a fan of some of the recent. How many movies are there where Hugh Jackman has starred as Wolverine at this point in time?
There's so many of them. Oh, my God.
There's a lot, man. Oh. All right, so here's some more stats for you guys. I think we've done it just that we figured out which. Now here's a tougher question. If first is a superhero, then which superhero is first?
God, that's. Well, he's like Cable or something.
Oh my God, I was about to say Cable. I actually just hit him.
Yeah,
I was like so surprised.
No,
yes.
Well, Cable just popped in my head. I'm like,
no,
I'm not sure exactly.
I think he's Cable because he came very later on. He came later on in the X-Men. After, like, what, Earth was destroyed or something by Magneto.
Very powerful. You don't think of him as much.
Yeah.
But he's legit.
He's Cable. All right, we got this.
But here's the thing. Does Cyclops beat Cable today?
You know, that's a good question. They both fight with projectiles. For one. Keep that one for one.
Tasteless. You caught me off guard there. So no zealots for first is what you're saying?
No, they could be kited by Cable or Cyclops.
Yes.
Probably more easily by Cable. I think Cyclops would have to be running backwards, you know. Trip over a rock.
You're so funny. You're so funny. He has to get a pickup truck and sit in the back. Go, drive!
It's like that level in the Terminator game that you can't beat. All right. We're going into this game here at GOMTV.net. Introducing our players. Down here in the bottom left, we have our Terran player. We're saying he's the underdog. Let's see if that's the truth. He is.
Master. Startail Bomber.
Trip over a rock, man.
Yeah, man.
His laser just goes into the clouds, like hits birds.
It's a plane. Over here, in the bottom right, we have our Protoss player, the favorite for Artosis and I. He is.
New challenger. LGIM first.
We got
There
some
we
cheers
go.
in the audience.
Whole audience cheering for first.
All right, first is a favorite, and that is a SCV going out very early.
That is a pretty early SCV, isn't it? What is Bomber playing? Well, here's what we were talking about, Tasteless. Bomber so far hasn't really shown a TVP that can beat what First has shown us.
Yeah.
So maybe he has some cool builds prepared, some cool strategies.
Respect, man.
Yeah, it looks like that's what we're going to see here. Maybe, could this be a Reaper? Yeah, maybe. Imagine if he floated that in.
I was thinking just that.
Yeah, but not just float in, Tasteless. He floats it in to make a reactor for the factory he's about to float in. That would be amazing.
That would be amazing.
So it's going to be a
Quick Reaper here. And it looks like he's just going to rally that in, so he will not be floating that.
Yeah. Well, it'd be weird to float it when the Reaper can actually jump up and down.
That's funny.
Of course, the Reaper has to go
As
around
you said, I'm like, I can't believe I even brought that up.
He can't jump in right there, but it's not too far away. And it's like a place that Protoss won't scout. So the thing is, First is actually scouting with reasonable speed.
I can't believe I brought up that they would float that in. Reaper jumps up there like, all right, well, moving on. So, as for now, First can see that there's a proxied barracks now because the absence of that barracks in the main is the giveaway.
And he goes up to 3 probes on that gas, and hold on. Well, 3 probes on one gas, 2 probes on the other. So I do wonder what he's going to do with this. It's a little bit more gas than you would see with a super
clearly
fast
a
Nexus.
really calculated build. He's got it down to every single mineral and gas that he mines.
It could be something like a starport. He doesn't really have a pylon in a location that I'd want to see a starport made. Excuse me, but you know, or other Stargate. Sorry, but yeah, Stargate is pretty good on this map, like opening up with something like that. So we'll see.
Now the question is, if he can avoid the Zealot by running around in circles, he actually never has to engage it, as you can see he's doing right here.
And, ooh, he almost got 2 probes. He did save that second one.
It is so tricky to keep the probes alive in situations like this, by the way.
And don't forget, he's actually losing mining time. There we go, 2 probes down. This is very much like the rush we saw before, but Bomber's doing a better job of it than Supernova was, I would say.
Yeah, a much better job.
He's really on task with hitting probes.
Now, this is a bit of a risk here. He's going to go ahead and send the Mothership Core into the Terran's main to try to hit that right away. Now, he's actually driven him out. Never mind, not as much of a risk anymore because it's easy to control Reapers from getting into your base from here on out. But that's a smart move because there's, you know, when you do a Reaper rush like this, you do not have a lot of Marines.
You know, if he had only opened up with 1 barracks instead of the second one as well, that Mothership Core would probably win him the game. So it's
exactly.
I like it. I do like it. But this is really fantastic harassment. There are 5 probes that have gone down. This is so much better than what Supernova did with it. Supernova got 2 and made the probes run around. We said it was good, but it was not nearly as good as this. Now, this is a very nice counter-harassment. He's making Marines as quick as he can, but you can't just attack with like 1 or 2 or it'll just kill him.
Yeah. And now he's pushing up here to the front. This could do actually a considerable amount more damage right now if he hits up here in the front. Is there bunker making on the minimap?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, if he can try to deny that bunker.
Yeah, if he denied that bunker, it'd be very nice. I don't think he's going to be able to, though. It's going to finish up.
Now that we have a shot of it and I see how far along it is, no, he can't get over there.
So he'll be able to load in there, and this Stalker's limited harassment will be damaging that Marine slightly. All right, so after all is said and done with harassment, only 1 kill there by First, 5 by Bomber. So I would give Bomber an early advantage here.
Yeah.
And especially since he already has his second command center done. He's got his factory halfway done, and there's no real tech here for first. He's just grabbing his Nexus, and it's a little bit slow. So really super good opening by Bomber.
All right, the Reapers are coming out now. Now this is not really to do damage so much as it is to just get a little bit of scouting in here. And he's going to see, okay, there's a Nexus there. And there's not. Oh, excuse me, he did not see that. I stand corrected. Now he'll see it. Okay. Because if he doesn't see that Nexus there, he's going to say, wait a minute, I'm about to be hit really hard by something.
Really hard.
Are we going to see a useless force field? Occasionally we see this when there's one force field that's like, well, that just moved the Reaper to the left, and he kept going.
Yeah, I do doubt it is first, and he does not. So first playing very standard, throwing up that Forge right before the Robo finishes up, so we're going to see a really quick +1 armor from that, most likely. It could be attack if he does want to go into Blink very badly. That's up to him. And as far as Bomber goes, he's getting up his Engineering Bay with very good time. And his Stim has very good time as well. So looks like things are normalizing a bit.
All right, Stim, about halfway done. We're going to see 2 Medivacs pop out of the starport momentarily here. Now, Bomber doesn't do as much 2-base harass, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
For some of these other Terrans that are just, like for instance, especially on like Maru and Marine King, you see a lot of them just try to get in there and really just take on enough pylons and this and that. And I don't agree with it when you get to players of this caliber.
Yeah.
I think conservative is always the route you want to go on.
Yeah. You know, it's important to harass, but when they're on 2 bases, they're expecting it. Are you going to be able to get something done? Well, we will see, because it looks like Bomber is going to move out. He has 15 Marines there in 2 medevacs, and Stim is going to finish before he gets there, but it goes right over the Observer.
Yeah.
So this shouldn't end up really doing any damage.
Or did it go right under the Observer, Artosis?
Over.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Actually, I don't know. I just wanted to sound like I knew. Did I sound like I knew?
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I had no quip to follow that up with. All right, he's activated the Nexus cannon, which is more than enough here.
Ooh, look at this
wow.
snipe. Great snipe.
Wow.
Oh, my God. Is he going to get that robo?
Oh, my God, I can't. This is so huge, actually.
Yeah. Ooh, and he forced the Nexus cannon to come down here, and Bomber is, like, just playing
Bomber's
beautifully,
just like, look at this, man.
If he gets that Nexus, oh, my God, he's going to get that Nexus.
No, I think he can get this for sure. Well, maybe not, actually. Well, no, actually. You know, yeah, he's going to get that.
I got to tell you, I think this is the last thing that First expected.
I think it's the last thing we expected.
Well,
he's like, I got the strategy where I bring, hold on, 16 Marines to his base and win the game.
It was 15.
15.
Wasn't even 16.
That was the twist that I wasn't ready for.
You've heard of 6 sweet team.
That was my M.
Sweet
Night,
16
That
parties.
was my M. Night Shyamalan moment there in this game. There was one Marine not there all along.
Tasteless. This is bad for first.
Yeah,
This is as bad
really
as it can really get. He's in a terrible spot. In fact, he's going Dark Shrine to show you how bad it really is. Another drop going off in the main. Just nothing up here. His Nexus Cannon was already used up. Oh, man. Bomber
this is like so bad.
Bomber peeling him apart, Tasteless.
Yeah. This. Okay, I was about to say, I'm like, we might just see GG here.
Yeah.
All right, well, that looked like
one-sided.
That looked like a Battle.net placement match.
Well, let's go over it.
Like, all right, we'll get this scrub out of the way.
That game was definitely not indicative of how probably the whole series will look. If the whole series looked like that, I'd be unbelievably surprised. But the Proxy Reaper did ridiculous amounts of damage.
Yeah.
And then he went into really quick stim with a nice quick drop. Not as many barracks, the quicker medevac, which we haven't really seen since kind of like Wings of Liberty, really. You don't really see the 2 racks into medevacs super quickly, especially when you proxied the Reapers like that. So it was kind of a cool follow-up with that really quick stim, and First was caught completely off guard with that.
Yeah, he was.
So, good play by Bomber. Really nice.
It's funny, too, because
he had that whole thing planned out very well.
There was this really premature Nexus Cannon, too.
He was getting scared.
Like, really.
Just the place he put his
the robo? I think it was the moment that, it was the placement of the robo that allowed everything. It's like a house of cards. Suddenly he's like, oh, I got to cover this. But he can't. So he Nexus Cannon, so it's going to bait him in. Not going to happen today. He takes out the robo, then he's like, wait a minute.
But, you know.
He just runs down the ramp. He kills the 2 stalkers, so it's just sentries and zealots left.
It does snowball.
And then he made a force field there, which didn't even help. It actually blocked out zealots, and then the Nexus died.
I can't believe you got the Nexus as well. It's like, well, that's like a lot of damage, and you know, it did snowball. You know, even if he didn't get the Nexus, killing the pylon and then the robo is so huge, and that's rough. So
that was the right face for that too. That was definitely one of these.
That was that sick first build order there from Bomber. Really good execution, great follow up. Like he planned it all extremely well. And you know, personally for me, that is a map that I personally like against Terran. So I don't know if that's first opinion as well. Of course, it is kind of droppable, but he got slammed, even though his observer saw it.
Well, the next map is Whirlwind, which is going to be a map that's I think great for Bomber.
Yeah.
I don't really know what First does on this map. First, I love his playstyle, but for me, it's really hard to like predict what he's going to do.
Yeah.
So we'll see what that is in just a little bit here.
Well, First can open up with pretty much anything. But will Bomber, you know, like, for instance, the plan he just did doesn't work on this map. You can't proxy a Barracks and go Reaper. It's a 4-player map. So it's going to have to play a different game for sure.
You think First is going to go Nexus first by any chance?
There's a chance. But if Bomber is going to be Reaper heavy, I prefer he doesn't take it.
We'll have to see. I don't like Nexus first, actually, like really at all anymore.
Yeah,
I don't even use it anymore, but I was just wondering because this is like if there's going to be a strat we see it's going to be on this map. All right, we're going into